Hey, welcome to CamTech TV. My name is John, and today's video we're going to be talking about 4 different microphones that are going to improve your video quality, so stick around. Alright guys, I thank you for visiting the channel again. Today we're going to be talking about the 4 different microphones that are going to improve your video quality, so let's get into it. Alright, starting off with the Rode VideoMic Pro. This is a $229 microphone from Rode. This microphone can be used on any types of DSLR video cameras that have a 3.5mm connection. This microphone gives you the ability of having a plus 20 dB gain and also a minus 10 dB reduction in the audio output for the louder environments. This microphone also has a high pass filter cut, which allows you to remove all the higher frequencies when you're outdoors or indoors recording. Now this is a great microphone because it has been redesigned in reference to their suspension system for the shock absorber and also their microphone capsule. The microphone shock absorber is the Ride Coat Liar suspension system that Rode have been using for all of their new shock mount systems. Now, all in all, this microphone has been built in with a 10-year warranty once you subscribe with them, and you're going to have this microphone for a long time covered by Rode. All in all, what you're listening to now is the Rode VideoMic Pro R set to the plus 20 dB with the high pass filter turned off, and is being recorded into a Zoom H5 with the input levels of 2. So this is what you're getting a hear of this microphone. Next up is the Rode VideoMicro, which you're going to be listening to further on down the video of what it sounds like. The Rode VideoMicro is a $59 microphone which comes included with a shock mount and a furry dead cat windscreen, which allows you to reduce wind noises when you're recording outside. Now, all in all, this microphone is one of the ones that I like because it's a very budget friendly, is a lightweight microphone, and is a straight plug into your camera. Now, if you're a vlogger or if you're shooting at a very close distance, this microphone is going to give you excellent results because of the new redesigned microphone that Rode has built into this microphone. And I think that they're doing something great with this microphone because of their more expensive VideoMic Go was set for $100, and it really didn't sound anything near what this microphone sounds like. But all in all, there's really not much to it. It's a self-powered microphone that comes with the shock mount and the furry dead cat windscreen, and it has excellent sounding audio coming from this microphone. Next up on the list is the Rode Smartlav Plus. This is the second addition to their lavalier set of the Smartlav models that they have. The first one was not as good as this one. The first one had a lot of problems with a lot of hiss and frequency pickup noise that it had within the wiring of their system. So they redesigned the capsule and the wiring that they had for this microphone, and it was a great success. It sold a lot throughout the process that they released this type of lavalier microphone. And the reason why I picked it up was for our wedding films. I can just use it with an iPod or my cell phone. I can plug it in or tie up the groom and have them mic'd up, and I can just have the phone within their pocket, and a phone is not as noticeable as having an H5 or H1 recorder in their pockets, in their jacket, or in their pockets of their pants. So that's why I opted up for the Smartlav to be able to use with the phone and have that with easy access. Now, the only thing is that I recommend that you use the Smartlav application from Rode, which is called the Rode Rec app, and it's only available to iOS devices. So if you don't own an iOS, you can always get an application to record the audio from this microphone, but you can always sync up the post, which I recommend to do so you don't have any interference issues of wireless transmitters and stuff like that. But as time progresses, these wireless transceivers and receivers are getting much better. So, but all in all, The next microphone is one that I purchased to test out, was the Mic MJ044 company from China. These are Sennheiser replica models, and I picked them up to see how they would sound. And after I've been using them more and more, I have found that these microphones sound very, very good. I like how the bass, how it picks up the bass of the voice, and how clear it sounds once it's being recorded into a proper recording device like the Zoom H5. I have found that the microphone on one of them, I don't know if I had a bad copy, but it does pick up a little bit of static, or like when you move the cable, it doesn't have like a noise. We'll see if we can pick that up in one of the tracks when I do the test of those microphones, so you can hear if you can spot that out or not. But all in all, they're great microphones because they come in at $20. You can have 2 or 3 of them, and it still won't come to the price of the Smartlav Plus that comes in at $79. But that's just the technical part of these microphones. Let's just get a hear of what these microphones sound like, starting off first with the Rode VideoMic Pro. So let me cut into the video so I can exchange microphones. All right, guys, in this part of the video, we're having the Rode VideoMic Pro R. This microphone is being recorded into a Zoom H5. And let me get into proper placement, because the mic is being boomed overhead. It's just out of frame. I'll touch the microphone. You can still see my fingers in the shot. And what you're seeing here, or you're not going to be seeing, but what you're not seeing is, this is where the microphone is. This is where the Zoom H5 is at. And right now it's pointing directly towards like my chin area. And the input levels is set to about a 1.5 on the Zoom H5. Okay, so what you're listening to now is the Zoom H5 with the Rode VideoMic Pro. So now we're going to be switching over to the Rode VideoMicro for you can get a hear of that. So let me go ahead and switch them out. Okay guys, now you're listening to the Rode VideoMicro. You might be picking up some of the ambient noise within the room and in the house. Right now I had to raise the volume from 1.5 or in that area because the Zoom H5 has a turning dial. But basically right now I have the mic is exactly right next to the Rode VideoMic Pro, but since this microphone is not a battery powered microphone, I did have to raise the volume from 1.5 to 5. So this is what you're listening to now. This is what the microphone sounds like in a room that has nothing just but carpet and a desk and the computers. There's nothing on the walls. I have a reflector to my left that basically is just lighting me with the video lights that I have, but there's some reverb in the room. This room is not treated for sound, so that's something to keep in mind in reference to your microphones, how they may pick up some of those reverbs from the rooms. But basically this is just a little bit of a comparison. You can go back and forward within the video to hear what the Rode VideoMic Pro sounds and how this one sounds with the VideoMicro. So next up, we're going to switch over to the Smartlav Plus so you can get a hear of what that sounds like. Alright guys, so I just mic'd myself up with the Rode Smartlav Plus. So what you're listening to now, it is the Rode Smartlav Plus. Usually what I would do is I would tape the microphone within this area here because it's more of a natural sounding. This is a little bit too close, but I wanted you guys to be able to see the microphone and get a listen to what it sounds like at this distance. The difference, I'm going to switch back over to the Rode VideoMicro because it's still being recorded and is boomed overhead. If I move in this direction and I speak, it's gonna sound different if I'm speaking here. Now I'm gonna switch back to the Smartlav Plus to let you guys hear what it sounds like if I am being recorded through the Smartlav and I move around within the frame. Now, so I'm switching the track over to the Smartlav Plus and I'm speaking to the left as I did earlier. And I'm coming back, and you can tell the difference, hopefully, of the difference of wearing a Smartlav or wearing a lavalier microphone, and instead of having your microphone being boomed over where it's more of a general pickup pattern. So we're going to do the same test again with the Rode VideoMic Pro. Okay, now we're going to be doing the test of how a shotgun performs when it's being boomed overhead. So again, I'm going to switch over to the left, speaking to the left, and you can hear, if you can still hear me in the audio track, and I'm going to move back in this direction. When you have a microphone that is being boomed overhead, that is a more directional microphone, it has a certain pickup pattern. So it's very important that you keep that in mind when you have a shotgun microphone. When you have a lavalier, it's more forgiving when you move to the sides and you're able to speak in different directions because it's an omnidirectional. It's going to pick up your vocals from all the way around, omnidirectional. So now what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to the Mic MJ044 microphones, for you can get a hear of those as well. Okay, so now in this part of the video, you're listening to the Mic MJ044 microphone recorded into the Rode Rec app. Right now I'm using I have two versions of this microphone. I have a TRRS connection that goes into your smart device, and I also have a TRS connection that connects to your camera, or it connects to your recording device, which mine is the Zoom H5. So you're right now listening to the 044 from Mic MJ microphone, so you can get a hear of this microphone to see which one you guys like better. I hope that this video was somewhat an informative video, and if you would like to see an individual test of these microphones in another video, make sure that you leave your comments down below. And if this video was helpful for you guys, make sure that you hit the thumbs up, and if you're interested in receiving content from us, make sure that you hit the subscribe button so you can get notified as soon as we upload a video.